lads, how's it hanging? So, summer of last year, I started reading comic books again. Now, when I say again, I mean back in 2011, I started to read the New 52 comics because that's when they first started to come out. Back in the start when I first started college. And because of college, work and all that stuff, I got pushed back weeks, then months, then went into a year, and I was like, there's no point in trying to do this because I wouldn't catch up. And I was reading Marvel comics at the time too, so I was really behind. So I figured in 2016 I was going to start reading comic books again. And also then there was like DC Rebirth was starting off soon. I was after the summer. And I figured, well, I want to read these comics like I planned to when I was first in college. So what I did was, I started off with my favourite comics, the Bat Family. And if you don't know already, I'm a huge Batman fan. Like, I've got Batman merchandise all over this room. And I set a goal for myself that at the end of 2016 I was going to have all the Bat Family comics in New 52 read. So I started off with like reading each person. So I read the Detective Comics first, then Batman, then I read as his companions. So like started off with Nightwing, Jason Todd, so Red Hood and the Outlaws, then Teen Titans with Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne, which was Batman and Robin. And also you're probably wondering why didn't I mention Batwoman and Batwing, but I don't really consider them to be part of the Bat Family, even though okay they're both called Batwing and Batwoman. But I say anyone that was trained by Batman was a member of the Bat Family. That's like all of his companions. And Batwoman really trained herself because since she was a soldier and she kind of trained herself. But Batman taught her some stuff too. But she wasn't trained so much by Batman. Neither was Batwing. He kind of done his own stuff and was Tech Suit. He was Lucius Fox's son, so that's who made the suit for him, I think. I don't really know. I don't know much about Batwing. So yeah, I read all those comics by the end of the year because I was actually so close to not doing it, and I reached the goal because there was one volume that wasn't out, and that was Grayson End of Spiral, and I just got that read by deciding to read them on the comics online. And I got so close to just missing it, but I just read those few comics online. I read all of the Bat Family comics before the end of the year. And I gotta say, out of all of them, my favourite member of the Bat Family is gonna be Jason Todd. Because he started off with being a Robin, because this didn't happen to me for 2, it happened over his lifetime. But he started off he's a very complicated person, because he started off with Robin, got killed by Joker, and he came back by Talia al Ghul in the Lazarus Pit. And then he came out back and crazy in the head, and then he started getting this like sense back. Okay, he's still crazy because he kills people. He doesn't go by Batman for this, but Jason Todd is a really cool character because he's different from all the families. As he said in the Rebirth comic, he said that he does what Batman can't do, which is like go into like criminal territory because he's known as outlaw with Starfire and Arsenal. And yeah, just he's a really cool character. I can't say out of all of them that one stand out the most. But I'm not saying that all the other comics that I don't like. It's like Detective Comics were the least one I liked because it was kind of everywhere while the rest of the comics went by a story. But of course I gotta love the Death of the Family comics where Joker decided to give Batman some payback by killing all of his Bat Family. But okay, he didn't succeed, but still, it was a crazy story where he took his face off and then kind of stitched it back on. It was creepy, but it was awesome. There was some comics I totally missed because I didn't know they were part of the story until after, which was like Batman Eternal, Batman Robin Eternal, which actually were like, because there was times I'd be reading the comics and be like, wait, that didn't happen in the comics. What are you talking about? And so like I read all of them and then I decided that once I finished all the comics, like this year I started to read, with the Rebirth comics, I started to read the Justice League comics because, well, Justice League has a certain story where Nightwing, if you don't want any spoilers, click off right now because I'm going to mention something that, okay, it's not really big news anymore because everyone kind of knows, but if you want to read the New 52 comics, then just click off right now. But in this comics right now, I'm reading, Nightwing gets identity shown as Dick Grayson. Then he gets killed by Lex Luthor, and Yeah, I say killed because he actually isn't dead, he becomes Grayson, but the agent of Spiral. But yeah, currently I'm reading this because the way that that happened in the Justice League comics, and in the Nightwing comics he mentions that he was killed by the devil, and I was like, what? I don't remember that wasn't shown in the comics. So I had to read this comic next, and yeah, this is really, Justice League comics are really quick to read. Like, I got through these comics one day. Like, I'd say an hour and a half, because I get a half-hour break and an hour break for lunch, and I got a load of stuff read in a short amount of time. So I'm getting like this read quite quickly. So after this, I plan on reading The Flash probably, because I really love The Flash. I really love the New 52 comics, and I also love the new Rebirth comics because there are some really badass stories going on. Of course, as usual, as I said, I'm only reading the Bat Family comics because basically we kind of guess, considering I read all the Bat Family comics in New 52. This and Rebirth is kind of a continuation of the New 52 comics, even though it's kind of mixed up as well. But yeah, so I want to read these first, so I can get actually the parts where Dick Grayson gets his identity revealed as Nightwing, and then the part where he gets killed. But I gotta say, Rebirth is really good, but I'm gonna speak about that in a future video. So yeah, if you ever want to get into comics and you like Batman more than the rest of the superheroes in the DC universe, I recommend you read the New 52 Bat Family comics first. And if you want to get into comics, then you should do it. I gotta say, okay, in the past, when I was a kid, I used to love reading like books in general. But if you're like me and you don't really like reading too much books, and you're like not really interested, and you like basically like comics like these, like literally books like these, where it's pictures and reading stuff. If you don't like reading like long books, then you should go ahead and get into that, because comic books are good. If you're a nerd like me, then you're gonna love me more. But of course, another reason why I started reading the Bat Family comics only because, well, I've loved Batman since I was a kid. I've also loved Robin. Like, I mean, I'm like more of a Robin fan than Batman. So, right, I'm gonna end this video. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and also tell me your favorite superheroes in the DC universe down below, because I want to know more about what superheroes everyone else likes. And if you're a Bat Family lover like me, then awesome. I love you. Bat Family for life. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.
Look at that. Gosh, look at Jesus. It's lovely. It's amazing.